This is my Nintendo Switch 1. And when I look at the condition it's in, of course I felt a little ashamed, but I'm really more so thinking that an upgrade is way overdue. And yeah, this thing is a few years old, but if I vow to do anything, it's not let you guys also end up like this with your Switch 2. Because even though the official Switch 2 isn't in hand, the accessories I'm gonna show you are. So let's get into it. We're a little under a month away from the official release of the Switch 2, and there's been news dropping every day. Everything from the new Switch firmware updates, lawsuits, and even speculation on if we'll even be able to buy a Switch 2 on launch day. All exciting stuff, but I think it's officially time that we start thinking about how we're gonna trick out and protect our device and open up a package that I think everyone waiting for the Switch 2 can appreciate. And show off some essential third-party accessories every Switch 2 owner is gonna wanna have on launch day. And if you're into tech and gaming products, make sure you hit that subscribe for me. Let's go. I got a package from a brand named Techmate, and it's not sponsored, but they sent me over their new carrying case made for the Switch 2. This pretty cool dummy of a Switch 2. Sadly, it's not an actual game system, of course, but the sizing is spot on to the announced specs, so we're gonna use that to install all these cool screen protectors that they also sent. And for what's basically a toy or statue version of a Switch 2, it looks pretty darn cool. Also, all the stuff that I'm gonna talk about today is available to grab if you wanna prep in advance. But the first product that I wanna talk about in more detail is the Techmate AMIL carrying case. So the overall design is rather minimal. I mean, we got a couple of little knots here that are kind of ergonomic, and the outside of the case is durable enough to trust if you were to drop it. It's not super hard. It's also not super soft. But I think it's definitely gonna protect your Switch if you pack it into a bag full of things, even if they're hard objects. It's got some storage for some spare Joy-Cons, cables, things like that, and it also has 10 slots for games if you're a big baller like that. But if you are one of those people who really like your accessories a little bit more flashy, aside from the black color, it also comes in green, red, or blue you can choose from too. So the bungees do have a pretty good amount of flex to them, and they're kind of stiff too, so they hold your product in place. But the only thing about it is that there's not a lot of finger room to kind of get in and leverage out the consoles. You kind of gotta, like, you know, flip these all the way on the outside. That's cool, you know. Then you can flip them back in. And if it's the same size, it does seem like it would hold the Switch 2 really well. Guess we'll find out once we actually get one. I have a link down in the description if you want to be ready for it when it lands in June. So now for the second and third products that I wanted to tell you guys about, we also have the AMIL glossy and matte tempered glass easy installed screen protectors, man. Now it's kind of a mouthful, I know, but trust me, you could probably install one of these quicker than it took me to say that. So inside it comes in a pack of 2, and it's U9H tempered glass that AMIL says is indestructible. Hey, it's their words, not mine, but it does appear pretty tough. And they come in a glass finish and a matte finish, which is anti-reflectant, it's got anti-glare, and it's got scratch and fingerprint resistance. Now some people may prefer the matte if they play outside in daylight or in rooms with big windows, etc. There is one already on there, so I'm gonna peel this off and I'm gonna show you just how easy it is to install this screen protector using this auto alignment frame. Line it up, make sure it's perfect. Do a little swipe down the middle. Pop it off. You can see it applying before your very eyes. That really was the easiest I've ever installed a screen protector, bro. And it's nice too, like you can see, like there's no bubbles, no flaws. I don't know about you guys, but I'm literally the kind of guy who will rush and just grab a screen protector. Sometimes I'll even leave the protective film on my devices for quite a little bit until I get one. You guys don't have to worry about that because these new screen protectors are pretty slick, pretty much a no-brainer, so don't get caught in the streets barebacking your device, bro. One of the best parts that I think is that it doesn't affect the touchscreen sensitivity. I personally would probably go with the glossy version in order to prevent any loss of contrast on the screen. Obviously, I haven't seen the Switch 2 yet, but it can be common in other types of displays, so that's just something to consider. So just taking a look at my old screen protector on my Switch 1, it's pretty clear that I have no clue how long this technology for Switches have existed, but Techmate, I believe, have been actively creating these for smartphones as well. And that alignment frame and that one-touch setup is something that I would definitely prefer over the old way by miles. And they're priced really, really well. They're $12.99 and they ship with Amazon Prime, so I'll have a link down in the description. Now there's a couple other products that I wanted to tell you guys about too. They're not necessarily Switch 2 specific, but they are compatible and will work with them since they kind of work with everything from my understanding so far. And one of them is gonna be a power bank. You can definitely use any power bank that you want, but this one is specifically designed for the Nintendo Switch. And there's a clip on the back that allows it to magnetically snap on the back. I've got one that's specifically for the Nintendo Switch 1 and it works great. Keeps my battery lasting way longer than I need to play it, so it definitely comes in handy. It's 10,000 milliamp hours and it's basically hands-free once you get it installed. I believe that Antake is going to be designing one specifically for the Switch 2 if they haven't already done so. So make sure you check out their website to kind of see if they have a new updated product too. So the last product recommendation I got for you guys is gonna be an SD card. It's actually a micro SD card. If you're planning on downloading a lot of digital games and not buying so many physical ones, you're gonna wanna invest in a good little micro SD card. This one here might be a little bit overkill, but you're not gonna regret the extra space that you get. This is an actual terabyte. You might be able to get by, depending on how many games that you wanna get, with the 256 gigabyte one. I'm not quite sure what the updated price is on this since I've got this quite a while ago, but I'm sure they're not too bad. I have a link to the most current price in the description as well. Another major note that you're gonna wanna consider before you purchase one of these cards is that it says Express on it, or EX. This is the kind that's gonna be compatible with the Switch 2, given their higher read and write speeds. And you're gonna need it for accessing different game data and loading and saving games. Not only that, it's basically like the SSD version of a micro SD card. And the reason for that is that it uses the NVMe protocol, which allows for way faster write speeds and read speeds. The older, more standard micro SD cards typically max out about 100 megabytes per second. Micro SD Express cards can reach speeds up to 880 megabytes per second. And make sure you get one of those because they might start selling pretty fast here. So are you gonna go digital or are you gonna go physical? Let me know down in the comments. I'll also have links for all these down in the description. And I really wanted to thank you guys for checking out the video. If you want more videos like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button because we're gonna be dropping all the time. So why miss it? Anyways, thanks again for watching this far in the video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.